I had a dream today. My wife was my friend, and we were friends, and I went to a massage place to get massages, and I picked the chick in the nightgown, this fucking Jersey-looking bitch with a big nose,
Okay.
and short hair. I was like, I'm gonna take her, and we all knew, like, and then it was like this sexy thing. My wife was in the dream as a pal, like we were pals. And she woke me up with the baby, like, baby. And I woke up like, oh, shit, that's my wife. Fuck, where's that Jersey bitch? They went to Gymboree. I went and jerked off to that Jersey bitch.
Yeah.
You understand?
Sure.
So, it's like...
But does that make you a degenerate, though?
No, it doesn't make me a degenerate, but it's those... you know, I want to be able to... and I do not know if I can accomplish this, I want to be able to jerk off to my wife. I want to be able... I know. You guys can all laugh.
No.
I want to see if it's possible. I want to get back in... I want to get into my wife. I want to get into my wife.
You want to rekindle all those feelings in the...
I don't know.
You want to get your dick
word.
sucked on a rock.
Have you ever
Fucking Katie
jerked
Lang.
off to her?
You want to get your dick sucked on a rock again.
I want to get my dick sucked on a rock again.
Exactly.
I want to eat that pussy. I told you, man, I'd eat my wife's pussy. There was a time when I go, it's not my cousin, it's not my cousin, it's not my cousin. You know what I mean? Because it was like...
Why?
Because I've been abused sexually. I believe I was taught sex too young. I was taught about
10, yeah. When
earlier
you're
than that.
fucking at 10.
Earlier than that.
I don't know.
I
You don't count.
I got my dick played with when I was in first grade by the blouse.
The blouse?
This fat chick they used to call the blouse. The perfect. That's a perfect.
He said the blouse like we knew who the fuck she was.
But when I said,
was like, oh, okay.
Check this out though. When I said fat chick, it's the perfect fat chick name.
Absolutely.
Right, the blouse. She played with my dick, my ding ding in a rhubarb bush. You know what I'm saying? And it fucked me up. I thought God was gonna punish me. I remember crying. I was in bed crying.
He did. He already did.
Wow. So it really fucked me up, and I couldn't tell my mom. She came up, what's wrong? Nothing. I thought God was gonna strike me down because that's what I was taught.
Catholic, yeah.
And then sex started coming into my life, and then I was just doing it because people were doing it, or they expect me to do it. Then I started fucking, and when I started fucking, it was game on. Now nobody told me about fucking. Nobody told me about getting my dick sucked, eating pussy. I learned it all from porn and friends and weird shit. Nobody sat me down.
I don't really think that's is that weird?
It's weird at that age.
It could be, yeah.
I think at that age, first grade's a little
Also,
young.
if you have
10.
I lost my virginity at 11.
Yeah.
I learned it through porn.
Right.
I learned it through friends and through porn.
Side note, Tawny Quint, guess what? Guess what she did? Fucked my best friend behind my back.
Who?
See, Tawny Quint, the girl I fucked in 10. The first girl I fucked, half black, half white. What's up, son? Am I in now?
Yeah.
Right?
How old were you then?
I was 10.
10.
And she fucked my best friend Dickie Sewell in a bush. You understand?
Right.
And I found out that's where a lot of that fucking...
That's absolutely where it comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
it's not all.
Oh,
I mean, I've had plenty of other girls.
Yeah, well, but that's where it starts.
Yeah, man. When you come on a wedding ring, it's like, these bitches are fucking crazy. Like, I remember a chick washing off a wedding ring going, ugh, I'm in a dude's house.
Dude, I tell this story all the time, but I did a strip show for a chick, and I fucked the girl who was getting married the next day. Bachelorette party. I fucked
my
the girl.
favorite porn, by the way.
And I got busted by the mother-in-law.
Wow.
And the mother was like, "You fucking stinking ass bitch. Are you coming here sucking dick and fucking, and you didn't call me?" And I ended up fucking the bride and the bride's the groom's mother.
All right, this episode's called "We're All Going to Hell."
and
You're going to a special level of hell.
Well,
how are you going to go to God and He's going to go, "What about this?" They wanted. I shook the bitch. Listen.
I love them both.
Yeah. In that moment, I wanted to marry each one of them.
I love them both.
Both.
So
when did you start watching porn?
I started looking at porn when I was in first grade, which was magazines. Because here's the thing, too. Did we talk about this? Was it me and you?
Probably. What about what?
About porn now. Women are sluttier now than they were back even when I was a kid because porn was a guy
Yeah, we
thing.
did talk that. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a guy thing.
Yeah, and now
Porn now is an everybody thing
Yes.
because you can just watch it on your phone.
Right.
And girls can.
It's
'cause if
accessible
you had
to
to go
everyone.
to a fucking creepy porn store to get a tape,
Yeah.
or have
Right.
tapes in your house that you'd be embarrassed if you were a girl.
If you had
Now,
a magazine, the magazine was hid. I had a magazine
Yeah.
hid in. I used to go see.
It was only acceptable
it was
for men.
in the woods.
Yeah.
In a bark of a tree.
Ugh.
We used to go get it, and
We?
then me and my cousin, we had this book that he stole from his dad.
Right.
And then I remember sticking my hand in to get the thing, and a slug crawled on my hand.
No, it was just jizz, actually.
It was movable jizz. It was moving.
All right,
Is
well,
that possible?
It was a joke. You can just move on. You don't have to
Alright,
be.
I just want to know if I.
Well, I never watch porn. I don't get off on. I don't look at it now, and I'm a pragmatic masturbator. So
You're
it's always
pregnant?
Pragmatic.
Oh, sorry.
Can't get pregnant.
It's even hotter.
But
You
yeah,
can't get pregnant? Why?
He filled up again.
just can't.
I can just jizz in it. It's like
Yep.
it's like a wallet.
Just
Come
splash
duster.
off.
You have a pocketbook pussy? You have a post-op tranny box? Jizz away, daddy.
And now I only masturbate to
Go
like
nuts.
previous experiences.
Really? Just unbutton one button.
Hey,
Private
What's
time.
up, buddy?
it's so not objective. Like, your point of view is so personal to you. I'm not saying that there's not somebody.
Don't you think it
There's
is
a
with
lot
a
of
lot of
people.
people?
No.
There are a
think-
lot of sexual addicts. There are a lot of
what
addicts
I'm
in
saying,
general.
I'm
Yeah.
saying
that
overall
follow
that
it.
there's there are sexual addicts that follow that course. But I'm saying I have kind of the same experiences as him, only probably worse. But it didn't
It
affect
didn't
me.
haunt you
It
the
didn't-
same way.
Yeah,
didn't-
because you did. I know, and it's like I remember when I met you, dude. You were married, and I was like, wow, that was cool. And I remember when you got divorced, it fucked me up.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, oh shit, you were what I was like, oh man, if he can get married, I can get married.
You were
You know
sort
what
of
I
the
mean?
dream. Like if someone
And when-
like you could make a marriage
Yeah,
work.
well, you were me. You were me.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Right,
So when I, look, I love Tom Papa, but I never looked at him and went, like when Colin got married, I was like, I can do it.
Right.
But then he got divorced. I was like, oh shit.
Right, right.
And then you got divorced. I was like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? Louis got divorced. Oh God. You know. But
Right.
here I am, right now, in today, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really happy. Like that's a question. Like were you the happiest you've ever been with that woman, or was it fucked up from the get go? Because most guys,
It's a very involved thing, because one of the things that I learned about relationships, attraction, women in general, had a lot to do with my mistakes in marriage.
Right.
And I wanted to pay it forward in terms of the things that I've learned.
Right.
My ex-wife was super selfish,
Yeah.
but a lot of things that I also was so independent,
Right.
that I didn't include her in my life, and I needed to create some kind of inclusion
Yes.
with her life. And because I was so independent, she just didn't feel like she was part of my life, and that's where the distance came. And I thought that by me being independent and not being a bother would be better.
Right.
But it's not better. It's the inclusion of the relationship, giving her life purpose in the context of my life, is just as important as keeping a relationship together as not keeping it together. And not doing that is why it fell apart.
Well, it's weird, but I do believe that I believe more in compatibility than I do love. I believe that me and my wife are more compatible. I love my wife as a human being, as a person.
Y'all are a great fit, too.
We're a great fit, but we're very compatible. And they did a study on that. Most marriages that last forever are because of compatibility. These people are just fucking fit together. She gets him, he gets her, and they get to be themselves. You understand?
Yeah.
So I lucked the fuck out when I got Dawn. She gets my shit. But I was also willing to change for her. Try to. You know what I mean? To change for her.
I don't know if that's the case, or if you. I think that your life was so outrageous,
It
and
was
I
pretty
think that you just decided that this is an outrageous life, and I think you didn't change for her. In fact, we talked about that.
I know. I
we,
didn't.
you
Those are the wrong words.
Yeah.
I didn't change for her. I changed for me, but it's it's like, okay, this is what I want. If you can't do this, I'm gonna go. Is basically what she said. And I told her, this is what I said. I'm gonna let you know.
This is the part I want you to say.
I'm gonna let you know.
Right. So you decided.
And the reason why I said I'm not telling you, I can tell you right now. I said I can say yes right now because that's what you want to hear. But I'm gonna do it for myself.
Right.
Because if you don't do it for yourself,
It won't stick.
it won't stick.
It won't stick.
So I did it for myself, yes, but it benefited her.
Yeah,
it benefited everything.
Well, anytime you're with a chick and you're a credible dude, it benefits her because as a man, we in a credible way
look,
we take care of women.
I see these guys, and I see these men on TV. Look, leave my grandfather, man. I love my grandfather. 101. He's an old school guy. Him and my grandmother didn't even like each other for like 20 years at the end. You know, but when he passed away and he was dying, they were like, I just want to be with each other. Right. It was like, shit, why didn't you do this 20 years ago?
Yeah, but it's also a different. I mean, my dad was one of 16, 8 boys, 8 girls. Yeah. He was the baby of 8 boys, 8 girls.
8 boys, 8 girls.
Yeah.
Have you written that show yet? 8 boys, 8 girls.
Not yet.
What the fuck, dude?
What's wrong with me, man?
That's a great title. 8 boys, 8 girls.
Yeah.
Get fucking. What's that black dude? What's his name? Tyrone. What's the guy who does
the football player?
Get Tyler Perry on 8 boys, 8 girls.
Yeah.
He'll play all 8.
Yeah. The girls, though.
Yeah,
All
won't
8
play
of the
the
girls.
boys.
He won't
No.
play any of the boys.
I tell you what.
And then we'll have to sit there and pretend like we don't know.
And that he's not gay.
He's not.
Sure.
I own his dick too.
How much did you pay for his?
250,000. A little more.
Shit.
You should see his
Damn it, I
collection.
should've
Bobby
held
has a
out.
great collection of
It's
black
a dick
dicks that he
collection.
keeps.
But because you're talking about my father was born 1920.
Right.
They didn't. There was no self-exploration. There was no progressive thinking. There was no therapy. You didn't go to therapy. You just you married. You got together. You stayed together. My mom and dad were together 50 years, 50 plus years. You just stayed together.
Yeah.
So in the context of you stayed together, but was it really a good relationship? Was it really good?
Well, it was because the foundation of the home. We all went there for Christmas. We all went there for Thanksgiving.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and then
The
we
found-
hated each other because
We didn't hate each other. We really
Sure we
didn't.
did.
No, we didn't.
No, I hated it.
We didn't.
I
We
fucking
didn't.
hated it.
I had 5 uncles, 3 aunts. We had 13 of us living in a house when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when we went back, everybody had kids on kids and kids. So it was like this 50 people at a house. It was this amazing thing that they created that lasted for a long, long time.
Sure.
And
But
it's-
they also
There's a lot of damage that
they
came
were
with that,
also
yeah.
fucked up, and they fucked us up. And
I don't
dude,
in the
think
context. Not
in
my
the-
grandfather and grandmother.
Well,
I don't think.
in the context of your son
I take
now,
that back. I take that back. For my life was different though, because I got separated from that family at a very young age and thrown in
But
with an
again,
abusive father.
This is something very specific to you.
Very, yeah. Well, that's all I know.
But I do feel like a lot of people grew up with abusive parents, one or the other.
Because it wasn't about being progressive and being a better person.
I think now though, I think even kids are changing. I think kids are, even with gay and black and Spanish, we're becoming a better society.
Sure,
I think
sure.
kids are becoming better kids
Because we're more aware.
right. But the bad ones are worse.
Yes.
I think. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I could get that because if you make it through, if you take all the things that are offered to you as far as
you
therapy
still
and
fuck
emotional
up,
support,
you're still-
and you get through that and you're still an
You wanna
asshole,
go murder kids?
you're an asshole.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
so.
if you can make it past the hugs and the fucking
Yeah.
grief counselors at school,
Yeah, Gymboree.
and you still have to
Yeah,
burn
fucking-
animals, then
I
you're
didn't have-
fucked.
I didn't have Gymboree as a kid. I had a fucking fire hydrant. I had a spoon with a fucking dirt. Look at that kid. Look at.
Oh, that's an adorable
It's a
baby.
cutie.
That is beautiful, baby.
What the fuck was that? You put
That's on you, bub.
a sound effect for my kid?
No. It was. We're getting ready to shut it down. We've been here for like an hour and a half almost.
Oh shit, man. We gotta
Bobby,
go.
Bobby, thanks for fucking coming out, man. I
Thank
really
you,
appreciate
bro.
you
Yes,
coming.
thank you.
Thanks for sharing, dude. I really appreciate you sharing, man. I'd love to have you back again, man.
I'll definitely come back. I'm not scared of your neighborhood anymore.
I genuinely love Bobby to death. He's a
I
really
do
good, without a doubt, one of
I want
Patrice's
you
best
guys back on,
friends.
yeah.
And just history behind it. And he's out of his fucking mind, but I appreciate it.